Hello, I'm Emma, the Tennis Elbow Queen, and this short video is all about braces. So if you have tennis elbow, you likely have either tried a brace or you've investigated braces. There are a ton of different ones out there on the market. Now, the most common one is a sort of a clasp or a strap that goes around the forearm. So if this is where the tendon is, that's where the injured area is, it goes below that and it kind of wraps just straight around the forearm, and that is the most common strap that people tend to try for tennis elbow. Now, do I advise that you wear one? The general answer, or the answer is no, ideally not. And the reason for this is when we put something external on like that strap, the muscles underneath switch off and the muscles will weaken. We know that muscles that switch off weaken incredibly quickly. Within hours, you're going to get a weakening of those muscles. Now, that in itself is a problem because you've already got weakening of the muscles. Those muscles are already weak because you've been feeling pain. They've been kind of switching off because of the discomfort. So when you put a strap on there, you're going to weaken them even further. The biggest part of healing a tennis elbow is strengthening. And so if you're then weakening them even more by putting a brace on, you've then got further to come back from when you start your strengthening. So the basic answer is no, don't wear a brace. Now, however, there are certain situations when I do advise my patients to wear braces. If you're moving house, you're doing something totally out of the ordinary, you're going to be using your arms a ton, you're going to be packing boxes, lifting boxes, that's going to irritate your elbow. Put the strap on while you're doing those things. It's okay to wear it for short periods of time like that. The other time I advise people to wear braces is if they have a job that they absolutely have to do to pay their mortgage and feed their kids, and it's very arm intensive. For example, I had a client who was a sushi chef. So you can imagine all the chopping and sort of the arm intensive activities that he was doing. It was right before Christmas, he was super busy and he needed to buy presents for his kids. So, we kind of made the compromise that yes, he needed to wear his brace at work to be comfortable. So there are certain situations when I'll say yes, wear the brace, but in general it's a no. So, on breaks and lunchtime and at home, the brace is not worn at all. It's only if you absolutely have to be doing something like a job that you need to continue doing, or something out of the ordinary like you are moving house. This is not for playing tennis every week. Because if you put a strap on so that you can play tennis every week, you're going to prolong the length of time this takes to heal. So, doing something like that, something that you want to do rather than something that you need to do, that is going to make it longer to heal and longer to settle down. So ultimately it's like, it's probably better to not wear the brace, avoid that activity for now while you heal, and then get back to it faster. The other type of brace that sometimes people are advised to wear are a wrist brace. So it's not near the elbow, it's totally for the wrist, and it kind of holds your wrist in this position. They have like a metal or plastic stay, sort of like a piece of plastic or a piece of metal underneath that holds your wrist in this position rather than letting it come down here. As it holds your wrist up in this position, it does take the tension off the muscles, but you can still use your hand. This can be helpful in the early stages just to decrease some pain, to allow you to be a little more comfortable. But again, we don't want it to be long term because you're putting something external on, the muscles will switch off to a degree, and obviously we don't want that weakening of the muscles. But if you're really struggling, sometimes that can be helpful, particularly at night. If you're struggling at night, you can't sleep, it's waking you up, that wrist brace can sometimes be quite helpful for that. But these are not going to cure it. These are not going to heal the tendon. These are basically something that you can use to feel comfortable so that you can do the things that are going to heal the tendon. So I hope that's been helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I absolutely love answering questions. That's where this video came from. Somebody asked the question, and I'll be creating more videos the more questions I get. So please feel free to reach out if you have questions, and I'll see you in the group. Take care. Bye.